Very good morning, students. Myself Mohit Nasir, HOD of CAT department. Today we'll be seeing how to make men's ring. First thing we'll start with image. We'll keep the ring size to normal US 7. I'll be just rotating this thing to adjust the image as per the ring. We'll now try to scale this image. As per the ring size. Let's put it into layer and lock it. Now we'll start by adding the stone. You can also scale the image with the stone size. We'll keep it to 1.5 and we'll try to adjust it with the center point. Here it is better to do it with measurements. So we'll undo this thing and we'll move it to 0. We'll move it down -1.2. Right now we are just trying to set it. Let's do -1. We are trying to find the exact spot where we can keep this thing, and this is still too high, so I'll just do -0.1. So the proper measurement for this is 0.9. You can also keep 0.8. We'll do array polar, and this is how we got the center point for this thing. Now we'll try to arrange image. Yes, so this went on to 0.8. Yeah, we'll array polar this thing to properly set, and now you can just move this image with adjustment of diamond sizes. This is just to set the approx size with measurements. Now we'll make one box from 0 enter and we'll keep it 4 by 4. We'll also offset this thing inside. Try to find the thickness of this thing. We have kept it 0.4. Here we can see prongs and everything. We'll come on to that also afterwards. We'll just raise this thing up from 0. Right now we are just keeping it approx. Now we'll make size of ring. So we'll keep 1.5 for bottom part and 2 mm for top. Let's keep 2.2. And we raised it up till that 2.2 line. Now we have to create the outer part also. So we can see here we can offset it outside. Now I'll just offset this thing inside also. Here we are trying to keep it 0.4. You can also keep it to 0.8 so that you have proper thickness for your sidebars also. We'll just close the borders, all four sides, and we'll create pattern only on one side, and then we'll just arapola this thing. If we try to trace this thing, our shape will go on to 0 levels, so it will be created on C plane. So here it is better if we create surface for this thing. So we'll do loft and create surface, and we will do patch for this thing, because we'll patch the whole thing, whole square. Now we are using this third command, that will be curve on surface, because we want to trace it on top of surface. We'll click on this surface, and we'll start tracing this thing. Right now we are not seeing how appropriate it is. We'll just trace it normally. Same way we'll use that third command, tracing command, and we'll trace this thing. We want 6 parts, so we'll try to trace 6 curves for this thing. And right now it is just approx measurement, so afterwards we'll just rebuild and make them look nice. Now this thing should be little bit inside. Now we'll do rebuild for this thing to minimum points. Turn on points and try to adjust your curves to make them look nicer. If you want, you can delete some points also so that it looks better. See where you can adjust it properly. We can just move it little bit inside so it doesn't cross the arapola face. Now we can just arapola this thing. Now we'll make ring rail, so we'll go into R command from this end to top end of line. See to it that it is properly visible, and we'll make it one more time. Second arc, bottom to top end, and we'll make this shape. Now we need to adjust it, and we see that it is going into the wrong side because we had made line from right view. I'll just make it one more time from bottom line to top line, and now that it is in same angle, we can just select it and we'll move it outside 1 mm. And we'll also rotate this thing from bottom to top till the outside adjustment of square. Now here we can see we have too much points inside, so I'll just rebuild this thing to it, and I'll just delete this one point, and I'll select this point and I'll put it into outside edge of square, so it is properly connected now. I can just mirror this thing now, and I'll create loft. Now if I mirror this thing same opposite side, and now if you see we have the ring size here, so we'll just extrude it both sides, and now we want to close this also. So for this one we'll select right side curve. We don't have curves for this one, so we'll only select the right one, and here we'll be using pull command. Pull command will get your curve projected onto surface. So here we got this curve. We can just mirror it on the opposite side, and we'll delete this surface. Now we have proper ring size of the outside border. We'll join both of them and we'll use blend curve to close them, and we'll join this also. Now we need to do duplicate edge because we don't have curve here, so we'll find for left one and this square. We'll join all of them, and now we'll just create loft between these two curves. We can just mirror this thing opposite side. This is how we have created empty ring without any solid part. Now we want to make shape on top of this thing. As we can see here, we have pattern on top of this like 7. So here if we try using curve, it is not possible. Straight line is not possible on this thing. So we'll be going back to that tracing curve, third one, curve on surface, and we'll do click, and we'll click opposite side, so we can properly see. We can click opposite side and do enter, so it will create straight line for us. Same way we'll start making pattern for this thing. Click and do enter, so it will close the command and it will make straight line for us. If you start continue tracing this thing, then it will make curvature. We want straight lines, so we are doing enter and closing the command. Now this thing is done. We'll just trim and create negative hole in R shape, and we'll delete opposite side also and mirror it. Here we got the whole design of the ring. Now we'll stop with offset surface. We'll use this command to make solid out of surface. We'll flip it to change the side, and we'll do 0.8. Let's do it for all of them. Now here this is the thing where I told you to offset it inside your square to 0.6 or 0.8, because now if you see from top, your outside metal is merging your square part. That's why we need to reduce the metal part right now to 0.4, because we had kept it inside 0.4. If you keep it to 0.8, then you can keep your metal to minimum 0.8. So yeah, right now we need to undo it, and we'll only keep it to 0.4 side thickness. Rest everything will go with same 0.8. See, we can just mirror this to opposite side. And I'll get my thickness back to 0.8. Remember to flip it inside so your metal goes inwards. Delete the extra surface, and this is how we got the whole thickness part. Okay, now our ring is into proper metal form. Here we can see we want to raise this thing upwards, because as per image this is little bit above your metal part, so we'll move it 0.2. Recheck if everything is into proper metal. Now we'll select curve, and we'll do extrude curve. And we'll do 0.4. We'll go little bit above diamond. Now just to check this thing, we'll do F6, and here we can see it is not properly coming outside, so we need to do it in the same manner as we did for micro prong cutter or gypsy setting. Now we'll use gem cutter. We'll go into front view, and as you can see it is not coming outside, so we'll use the same setting as gypsy. So I'll select all the diamonds, F6, gem cutter, drag your girdle thickness outside and placement upwards, enter. And now if we see our cutter is properly coming outside, we'll create hole with this red part, enter. But here we can see there's still too much thickness, your borders are not coming outside. I'll just decrease my metal size, red one, and see that gem cutter is properly coming outside to get this cut. We can have little bit border here between two stones. Now I'll just change colors of this thing. We can also do render for this thing. Let's try basic rendering. We'll select this yellow metal and we'll add it to gold. We'll select this white part. We'll do either white gold or sterling silver. We'll add diamonds into diamonds layer. But here when we see this thing, there's no proper cut on the bottom side. So I'll make gem cutter and I'll make boolean difference in the bottom square. So we can have proper hole in this part. Just to reconfirm, I'll select diamonds and I'll add to diamond layer. Let's do render for this thing. And that's it, guys. Thank you so much